Listen, it's dangerous. Maybe my career the finish.
When I win against Tyson Fury, I don't know what next. I want to go to Mount like a ski.
You haven't got a heart for it anymore, and you don't want to compete anymore. I think retirement is the best option.
Eddie Hearn's words drop like thunder. Is this really it for Oleksandr Usyk? After conquering cruiserweight and dominating heavyweights, the idea of him stepping away has left fans reeling. It's not just a retirement tease, it's a potential end of an era. And if true, it's one of the most iconic exits boxing's ever seen. And just when you think the shock couldn't deepen, Hearn goes even further on Usyk's future in the next clip.
For British fight fans, because we've got a chance to make the biggest fight in boxing, but you know, if that is the last we see of him, he's had a great career. I doubt it. But, you know, it's always best to come into retirement to make sure someone pays you to come out of retirement. But if that's his lot, much respect to him and wish him.
Eddie Hearn paints a real picture here. Usyk's not in this for endless glory runs. He's already cleaned out cruiserweight, unified heavyweight, and made top-tier names look average. 5 more years? Highly unlikely. Usyk's legacy is already cemented, and maybe, just maybe, he's walking away while on top.
I don't see Usyk as someone who's going to go on for another 5 years fighting every challenger in the division. Like, he was the undisputed cruiserweight world champion. He's the unified world heavyweight champion.
But not everyone's buying into the retirement talk. Johnny Nelson's take is coming up next. Johnny Nelson isn't having any of it. Retired? No chance. He believes Usyk is just getting started. And honestly, who can argue? Usyk's name now carries more weight than any title. He's not chasing belts, he's defining greatness. If he does walk away, he leaves behind a throne no one's ready to claim.
But I don't believe he's retired. I don't believe he's done. I do believe he's probably one of the few fighters that's bigger than the belts.
And then Frank Warren steps in with a message that feels final. Frank Warren speaks like a man who knows Usyk's mind is made up. No hype, no spin, just quiet respect. If this is truly Usyk's final chapter, his impact on British boxing is undeniable. He came, conquered, and raised the bar. Fighters came to win. Usyk came to define the sport.
We will. I think that's the decision he's made. And we've had, I mean, what he's given to British boxing has been amazing. You know,
Oleksandr Usyk might be dropping a bombshell, but listen closely. He's not done just yet. With a calm, humble tone, he admits he's got no more than 2 fights left. That's not retirement, it's a countdown. And in classic Usyk fashion, he's making it clear on his terms, not anyone else's. The love for his family is pouring through his words, but so is the fire. He still feels great. He still feels dangerous. This isn't a broken fighter looking for a way out. This is a lion choosing when to leave the jungle. 2 more battles, 2 more chances to elevate his already legendary legacy. Could it be Fury next? Wilder? Or one final trilogy against Dubois? Whatever comes next, one thing's certain. Usyk's endgame is going to be historic, and that greatness, Tony Bellew sees it clearer than anyone.
No one who's going to beat him. I just think technically, physically now, he's at the weight and he's adapted and he's adjusted. I mean, he's even adjusted and adapted his weight for this fight individually. I mean, he put on how much weight and slowed his actual feet down because Daniel Dubois' feet was...
Joe Rogan keeps it real, and his respect for Usyk says it all. Where is this guy going to be when I'm throwing punches? That's the eternal Usyk question, isn't it? He's not the biggest heavyweight, he's not the loudest, but he moves like a phantom, hits like a sniper, and fights like a master. Rogan captures what baffles every opponent. You can't find Usyk, you can't time Usyk, and when you finally try, you're already too late. Joshua found that out the hard way. Twice. Even casual fans are waking up to it now. Usyk is built different. It's not just about movement, it's the rhythm, the control, the timing, the footwork. Every twitch, every pivot, every step is purposeful. You're not in a boxing match with Usyk. You're trapped in his puzzle, and by the time you realize it, the fight's slipping away. And it's not just the analysts. Listen to what Dubois' own father had to admit.
I think Usyk again, it's a tough fight. That Usyk guy is talented. He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight too. He's non-stop movement and his footwork and everything. It's so different than anybody else. Joshua didn't know what to do with him. He's like, where is this guy going to be when I'm throwing punches? He's a heavyweight, and the heavyweights were never really that good. Dubois is coming into his own, man. That's what that is. He's only like 27, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's coming into it. That guy's scary. He's dangerous.
Stan Dubois didn't sugarcoat it. Usyk is the best in the world, full stop. No excuses, no dodging, just honesty. And when the father of the man who just got dismantled admits it, that tells you everything. Daniel Dubois gave it everything he had, but it wasn't even close. Usyk was levels above. Precision, pressure, patience, he brought it all. Stan knows his son's not weak, but sometimes you just face someone who's operating on another frequency. It's humbling, and it's real. This wasn't about belts or politics. This was about legacy. Usyk defended his throne with brutal beauty, proving once again that greatness isn't just winning, it's dominating those who think they have a chance. And to hear those words from the opposing corner, that's the kind of respect only a generational fighter commands.
What do you believe is necessary now for him to come back and, can be a two-time champion?
Well, that's up to him. We'll have a chat and see what he wants to do.
Do you know yet what you'd like him to do?
Connor Ben saying Usyk could be mentioned in the same breath as Muhammad Ali isn't hyperbole, it's respect earned through legacy-defining performances. Usyk is phenomenal, full stop. His dominance at cruiserweight was flawless, and his transition into heavyweight shook the division to its core. Not just because he's winning, but because of how he's winning. He doesn't rely on brute force. He uses brain over brawn. He adapts, calculates, and then dismantles. AJ got outclassed. Dubois tried twice and failed twice. Even the most casual fans now recognize they're watching someone truly special. And when Ben compares him to Ali, it's not about showmanship, it's about intelligence, heart, and evolution. Usyk's ability to stay composed under pressure, figure his opponent out, and then flip the fight in his favor, that's the stuff legends are made of. He's not just a champion, he's a puzzle no one has solved. And with talk of retirement swirling, every fight left is precious. Because once Usyk hangs up those gloves, we might never see another heavyweight quite like him. And speaking of evolution, Russ Anber's breakdown of Usyk's mindset and progression says it all.
Best heavyweight there is currently, and I don't see anybody beating him.
Is he as good as Muhammad Ali? It's not a crazy thing to say, I don't think, at this point.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't really do the comparisons, do you know what I mean? But I do think he's one of the best currently now to do it.
Who do you want to see Usyk fight next, or just sail off?
He can sail off into the sunset, and he's done everything. Do you know what I mean? He's phenomenal fighter, man. You're watching him. I'm just watching him. I'm going, oh my god, like that's God-given talent. Yeah,
Russ Anber's analysis is crystal clear. Usyk came into that rematch with Dubois looking to make a statement, not just win. Bad intentions might sound out of character for the usually humble Ukrainian, but that's exactly what we saw. No mercy, no pacing himself, just calculated punishment. And what's more frightening, he's getting better, not just physically, but tactically, mentally, emotionally. He reads fights like a grandmaster reads the board. Every feint, every angle, every shift is part of a bigger picture, only he seems to understand. Most fighters fade with age, but Usyk, he's sharpening. He's gone from master boxer to master destroyer. His balance, his combinations, his shot selection, they're becoming vicious. Russ nails it. Age is a number, but greatness is a choice. Usyk's chosen to evolve into a different beast, and we're seeing a version of him now that could go toe-to-toe with any era. The warning is clear. If you step into the ring with Usyk today, he's not just coming to win. He's coming to erase doubt, and that domination, Eddie Hearn sums it up perfectly with a win list that sounds unreal.
No, I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do. You know, he controlled, moved, waited, but then he started landing hard. So
Eddie Hearn doesn't exaggerate when he calls it unbelievable. That resume, AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice. It sounds fictional, like something pulled out of a video game, but it's real, and Hearn knows the significance better than anyone. Usyk didn't just overcome pressure, he embraced it. Round 1 saw Dubois flying out with the same urgency he used against Joshua, but Usyk made an executive decision. He didn't back off, he didn't play the long game. He went in there, took control, and beat Dubois up. Clean, technical, brutal, that's what separates him. He doesn't just rise to the moment, he becomes the moment. And now, with a resume that includes domination over 3 of the division's most dangerous names multiple times, what's left to prove? Nothing. But if he still has 1 or 2 fights in him, the world better be watching, because every time Usyk steps in, he adds another chapter to one of the greatest modern legacies the sport has ever seen. And now, Derek Chisora tells it straight, what it really takes to even think about facing Oleksandr Usyk.
Usyk was under pressure in the first round because Dubois comes out fast like he did against AJ, and if he catches you, you're in trouble. And I think just after that, he just decided basically, I'm not going to go on the back foot anymore. I'm going to take the fight to Dubois. And he just kind of beat him up. And obviously stops him. I mean, he's beaten AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice. Unbelievable.
Derek Chisora's words are raw, but they're true. To even face Usyk, you've got to be slightly unhinged, because this isn't just another heavyweight with a big punch. This is a psychological masterclass in human form. Usyk doesn't give you a normal fight. He gives you confusion. He gives you doubt. He gives you silence between rounds that echoes louder than punches. And as Chisora puts it, you've got to be mentally disturbed to believe you can even solve the puzzle. He knows firsthand. Chisora went 12 brutal rounds with Usyk and still couldn't figure him out. The movement, the feints, the control, it all chips away at your belief. Most fighters lose the fight long before the final bell. Usyk's greatest weapon isn't his jab or his left hand. It's the mental exhaustion he dishes out round after round. Chisora's comment isn't disrespectful, it's a warning. Usyk's mind game is just as dangerous as his fists. That's why so few dare to face him. And if this genius of the ring really is heading for retirement, it's not just boxing losing a legend, it's the game losing its final boss.
Under Usyk, you have to be mentally disturbed in your head. Yeah?
You have to be mentally disturbed?
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Or to take the fight in the first place?
Yeah, because when I saw him a couple months ago,
yeah,
I had a coffee with him, with this chat. The guy lives in Ukraine.
Yep.
Yeah. He goes, oh, before I came on the plane, I was sleeping in my house, and then those missiles were going over my house, and I didn't want to go in the bunker. I was like, I'll just go to sleep. Some craziness, isn't it? I mean, like, hey, imagine you're in your house in Barnet, Timbuktu, and then Mrs. What are you gonna be like?
Yeah, he's cut from very.
Oleksandr Usyk may have just delivered the most dominant run of the modern heavyweight era, and now he's hinting it's almost over. After dismantling Daniel Dubois for the second time, fans expected celebration. Instead, they got a bombshell. Retirement? Just 2 fights left? The world's jaws dropped. Because this isn't your average champion walking away, this is a generational talent, a master technician, and quite possibly the most intelligent heavyweight since the days of Ali. He's cleaned out cruiserweight, conquered the heavyweights, and beaten every name put in front of him. Joshua, Fury, Dubois, not once, but twice. Who does that? And he didn't just win, he outclassed them, mentally, physically, strategically. That calm stare, that footwork, that ability to turn chaos into calm, it's all part of what makes him untouchable. If Usyk walks away now, he exits as a legend with no unfinished business. But if he stays for 2 more, the stakes are enormous. Who's left to challenge him? Can anyone figure him out? Does Fury come again? Or does he gift the fans one final masterclass before bowing out for good? The countdown has begun, and boxing will never be the same. The heavyweight division without Usyk is like a chessboard without the king. So we ask you, has Usyk already done enough to cement his legacy forever? Or is there still one final chapter left to write? Drop your thoughts below, because the world is watching, and this story isn't over just yet.